Welcome to From the Booth, where great plays are called.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of From the Booth TV. I'm your host, KD, and today I'll be breaking down everything you need to know about sports betting. Before we dive into this, just for the record, I want to let you guys know that I'm not in support of unhealthy gambling or sports betting. If you think you have an issue, you should go seek help. Do not be one of them guys who's using their baby mama's money or their girlfriend's money to place bets, and please don't use the last of your rent money to place bets. Play smart, play wise, do not play recklessly. So great, I'm glad we got that out of the way. Now let's start. Well, before we start, I want to say this. Coming from a kid who sucked at math pretty much once school started, I'm talking about I sucked at math from pre-K all the way to college. To this day, I don't think I'm still good at math. But for some reason, I'm great with these numbers. And it's funny to me because they said I needed algebra, I needed pre-cal. But regardless if I walked out that classroom with an A or F, I'm still walking out broke. Or with 50 cents or whatever how much I had that day. But here, if I understand these numbers, I could go to bed with $1,000 or be a millionaire by the weekend. So let's break down some of these concepts and terminologies. So the first terminology we're going to break down is spread. What is a spread? What does it mean when you hear people say, hey, my team covered the spread today? What does that mean? The spread is basically the point system in which a team loses or wins by. So for example, let's say we have a boxing match between, I don't know, a tiger and a rabbit in a jungle. So when you open up your app or your platform, whatever betting platform you use, what you'll see is you'll see Team Tiger on top and Team Rabbit on the bottom. And associated with these teams, you'll either see a plus or a negative sign. And the plus or negative sign goes to either the underdog or top dog. So the plus sign goes to the less likely team to win. So the one the odds are against. So in this case, it'll be the rabbit. Why the rabbit? Because the rabbit is a rabbit and is usually prey to everybody who's either watching this boxing match right now. So that's the less likely team to win. And then you have the tiger, who we all know could eat a rabbit in 2 seconds. So this is the dog team to win. This is usually associated with the minus sign. The minus goes to the team that's more likely to win. So in this case, it'll be Team Tiger that's most likely to win. Now, so let's say 5.5 is the wager. So what you're saying is the tiger. Let's say you bet it on the tiger. The tiger is negative 5.5. So what that means is this tiger has to win by 5.5 or greater in order for you to win the bet if you voted for the tiger. Now let's say you bet it on the rabbit. So the rabbit is plus 5.5. So what this means is this rabbit needs to lose by 5.5 or less. Matter of fact, it has to lose by 5.5 in order for you to win. And if it doesn't, let's say it loses at 5.5. If it loses at 5.5, it's called a push, and you get your money back. So you don't win nothing, you don't lose nothing, you just get your money back. So this is what the spread means, and this is how that works. So real quickly, let's break down the plus and negative sign. Why does the rabbit have the plus sign? The rabbit, who is more likely to lose, has the plus sign because if you voted, or if you betted, my bad, I keep saying voted. If you betted on the rabbit to lose by 5.5, to lose by 5.5 or less, you will make a bigger profit than the tiger. So let's say you betted on the tiger, and let's say you put $10 in that the tiger will win by 5.5 or greater. You might get $50. But let's say you betted on the rabbit to lose by 5.5 or less, and you put in $10. You might walk away with $100, $150, I don't know. So the plus sign at the end of the day means you will gain more money if you bet on this less likely team to win. The minus sign means you'll still gain money, but you'll gain less money if you win. So that's what a spread means, and that's how spreads work.
So let me go ahead and give you guys a real example. Let's take this Baltimore Ravens game versus Buffalo Bills game down below. And it's crazy because they actually got the Buffalo Bills as the underdogs, the plus 1.5, which is crazy to me. Bill Mafia all the way. But anyways, so you see the spread, it's negative 1.5, Baltimore Ravens, who are the top dogs, and you have the Buffalo Bills, who are the underdogs, plus 1.5. That's the spread. Basically, the Ravens have to win by 2 points or more to cover, and the Bills have to lose by 1 or less points. And let's say either bet, whatever you chose, it landed exactly at 1.5. It's called a push. You just get your money back. You don't win any money.
And at any point, if you guys get confused, I highly recommend you guys go back and watch this video 3 or 4 times. You might not get it the first time. It may take 2 or 3 times to really understand these concepts. I know it took me maybe once or twice to really understand the terminologies and how sports betting works. But anyways, the next concept, the ML. So what does it mean? What does the ML mean? What does it mean when you guys see your homeboys post what the ML is, bro? What the ML for Penn State? What's the ML for the Miami Hurricanes? ML stands for money line. Money line basically means who did you choose to win point blank period. So whoever won is just who won. It don't matter how many points they won by, how many points they lost by. You're going by who won and who lost. So let's say I voted for the Tiger. I betted on the Tiger. Negative, I don't know, let's say the point was negative 900 in the boxing match. And I betted on the Tiger to win. If the Tiger wins, regardless of how much it won by, 1 point or whatever, how many points it won by, I won that bet. If you betted on the Rabbit to win, it don't matter if the Rabbit won by 1.5 points. As long as the Rabbit has won, you won that bet. So the money line is the most easiest thing to comprehend and understand. It's just who won out, flat out.
So at the end, you see the money line, and they have the Baltimore Ravens as favored to win. So if I want to place a bet on the Baltimore Ravens to flat out win, that means I would have to place a bet of $118, and I'll win $100 back. And on top of that, I'll get my 118 back. So that's $218 that I'll win if the Baltimore Ravens win. And the same thing applies to the Buffalo Bills. So underneath the Buffalo Bills money line, I need to place $102 to play. And I will win back 100 if they win, plus the 102 that I originally placed. Now, remember, you don't have to put in 102. You could put in however much you want or however much they allow you. They have a limit of how much you could put in or how less you could put in. So it's up to you, and then you get a percentage like that.
So the next concept is over and under. So what does over and under mean? Over and under means this. So let's say the Tiger and the Rabbit are boxing, and the bet could say 6 points. The over is 6 points. The under is 6 points. So what that means is you're betting that the total sum points that the Rabbit and Tiger put together as one is going to be either greater than 6 points or less than 6 points. So it's no longer 2 points where it's separated. The Tiger 5.5, the Rabbit. It's 6 is the number. And you can either bet on this whole match that collectively the Tiger and the Rabbit are both, when you put both of their numbers together, is going to be greater than 6 or less than 6. So the over is greater than 6 and the under is less than 6. So that's the over and under. It's as easy as the money line. So you're just basically saying that the total numbers together combined between these two opponents is going to be greater than whatever number they give you, 6, 8, or whatever. So you either win that or you lose that, depending on how you bet. And then you also could do individual bets, single bets, which I could say, I think the Tiger might score 4.5 points on the Rabbit. More than greater than 4.5. So I'm saying that he's going to score 5 points against the Rabbit. So you can do individual bets like that. Or Tom Brady is going to throw for this many yards, greater than 50 yards today's game. So you could have single over or under bets as well too.
So unlike the other bets where it was a single bet where it was depicted on each individual team, the over and under is based on both teams combined. So the over for this one is 51.5. So what they're saying is both Baltimore Ravens and Buffalo will score over 51.5 points collectively. Or you could take the under and say collectively both Baltimore Ravens and Buffalo will score under 51.5 points combined.
Let's talk about parlays. What is a parlay? So when someone says, man, what the parlay is, bro, like look, bro, what the parlay is, gang, like that's basically saying that you're betting on multiple things to happen in one. So at first we started betting on the Tiger and Rabbit, saying that the Tiger is going to, on the spread, is going to win by more than 3.5. So it has to win by 4. So that's our first bet. Then our second bet was the money line, where we said that the Tiger was going to win flat out blank. So now we have a parlay. We are betting that 2 of these things are going to happen in this one game, in this one sport. So that's a parlay. So instead of just saying, I think the Tiger's going to win, that's the only bet I want to bet. I don't all the other stuff. I ain't going to do the over-under. I'm not going to do the spread where it's going to win or lose by this much. I'm just going to say the Tiger is going to win. That's one bet. But if you were to do 2 bets and say, not only is the Tiger going to win, but it's also going to win by this many points, and this many points is going to be scored in total, that's now a parlay. And not only does it have to be in this one game, you can also grab parlays from other games. You can have a lot of different parlays going on. So that's also something, another terminology that happens in sports betting.
So with the parlay, I could bet on more than one thing to happen. So I could bet on the spread, I could bet on the over and under, and I could bet on the money line. And I can also bet on other teams. I can do the same thing with other teams all on one ticket. Not only that, but I could also bet on other sports as well, too. It just doesn't have to be football. The benefits of a parlay is that it's more bang for your buck. So instead of putting $10 on one single thing to happen, you could put $10 that 3 things will happen. So potentially you have the chance to earn more money by spending the same amount as you would on one single game and earn less if you only bet it on one game. But the catch is the likelihood of multiple things happening on your one ticket is less than likely. Even if 2 things happen that you said were going to happen that you placed bets on, you will still lose your money if not all 3 things hit or however many things you betted on. So that's the catch. You will need everything to happen that you said was going to happen in order to win. So if you betted on 3 things and all 3 things did not happen, then you lose your bet. It don't matter if 2 of those things happen. Remember, Vegas wasn't made for you guys to win.
And last but not least, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys what betting platform I'm in full support of. I'm in full support of DraftKings. I like DraftKings. When I first started sports betting, the first app that I downloaded, I forgot what it was. I forgot the name. I think it was Bets 3 something. I don't know. All the other platforms kind of seemed kind of hard for me to navigate through. But DraftKings, it was kind of built for beginner-friendly people who weren't really into sports betting. It was easy to navigate through, easy to work with. And not only that, I'm a big fantasy sports guy. So I like to assemble my own team, and DraftKings is the only platform that's really dedicated to fantasy sports, unlike all the other sports betting apps. So if you guys are interested in DraftKings, leave a comment down below in the YouTube or whatever social media platform you're watching this on, and I'll go ahead and shoot you a URL or an invite to sign up for DraftKings if you are interested.